The silent struggle. 7 signs a woman is quietly giving up on life. Here's a thoughtful and compassionate piece about the 7 signs of a woman who is quietly giving up in life. A topic that deserves sensitivity, depth, and understanding. Not all cries for help are loud. Sometimes they're whispered in the spaces between conversations, hidden behind polite smiles or buried under the weight of daily responsibilities. Women, in particular, are often expected to be pillars of strength, caretakers, and the emotional glue that holds others together. But even the strongest women can reach a breaking point, and when they do, it's not always obvious. Here are 7 quiet signs that a woman may be giving up on life. 1. She withdraws from what once brought her joy. Activities that once lit her up, painting, reading, dancing, laughing with friends, now feel heavy or meaningless. She might still go through the motions, but the spark is gone. Her eyes don't light up the same way, and her laughter, if it comes at all, lacks depth. She's not just tired, she's losing her connection to what made life feel worth living. 2. Her appearance begins to fade into the background. This isn't about vanity. When a woman stops caring about how she presents herself, not out of comfort, but out of indifference, it may signal a deeper emotional shift. She no longer dresses up for herself, skips routines she used to value, or avoids mirrors altogether. It's not laziness, it's a quiet resignation. 3. She avoids emotional vulnerability. When someone asks how she's doing, she always says, "I'm fine." But the tone is flat and rehearsed. She doesn't talk about her feelings, not because she doesn't have any, but because she doesn't believe anyone would understand, or that it even matters anymore. She's building emotional walls, not for protection, but from sheer exhaustion. 4. Her sleep patterns become erratic. She's either sleeping too much or barely at all. Nights become a battleground for racing thoughts, and mornings feel like a burden. Sleeping, once a natural rhythm, now mirrors her internal chaos, either a desperate escape or an elusive luxury. 5. She disconnects from relationships. She stops answering calls, cancels plans, ghosts group chats, not out of malice, but because it takes too much energy to pretend she's okay. She fears being a burden. So she isolates herself, even though part of her is quietly hoping someone will notice and reach out. 6. She loses interest in her future. She stops dreaming and setting goals. Conversations about the future are met with shrugs or silence. Where she once had plans and ambitions, there's now apathy. The idea of next year or even next week feels too far away, too uncertain, too pointless. 7. She lives in survival mode. Every day feels like a battle just to get through. She's not living, she's existing. Getting out of bed, going to work, feeding herself, these basic tasks become monumental. She's functioning on autopilot, and any deviation from her fragile routine feels overwhelming. A final note: if you recognize these signs in someone you care about or in yourself, please know that quiet suffering does not have to be a life sentence. Silence is not strength. Reaching out, even when it feels impossible, is an act of courage. Healing often begins in small steps: a conversation, a breath, a pause, and a hand extended in love. And sometimes, those small steps are the most heroic of all. You're not alone, and you're not beyond help.